This is a retake. I've got to get this right. Yeah. Back in what? In the 60s was it? When I was still with Pa. There were some good memories. There was some bad. How I used to wind up Pa. This is well before I was taken. Until Ma messed it all up. All the happy memories. It's still here. Yeah, back in in the early 60s. My Ma went off with someone else. And then she wanted rid of me and Caroline. I went first. And back in, was it the last Christmas with Pa? That was back in 1965 and 64, between that time. And Pa was trying to make the best Christmas he could. But Ma wasn't really interested in me having a happy Christmas. And after I think it was right between festivities. That's when I remember it very well. It's all snow all around. Cold. I remember going off in this black car. This is well after my Ma opposed my past family keeping me. Because one of my elders applied for the adoption. But she didn't want that. She wanted me in the care system, which was hell. It's like being in hell, actually, so it was really horrible. The place I was in wasn't very nice. The staff weren't exactly all that nice. Turns out my adopted mother worked there. And they found that out. But all the bad stuff started going on. Senders Grange, the place I'm talking about, is Senders Grange. It was notorious for child abuse and God knows what else. Especially if you had a learning difficulty, any form of disability, we were treated badly because we were treated as if we were not human, subhuman or subnormal. The word used to be known back then. And they used to use that horrible word, retarded, which I hate immensely. I've never spoken to, and I've never done a thing about this, but it's high time I did. And before all this happened, what made it even worse, my ma was still married to my pa. She met up with this guy called Cedric Crossfield, who's now my steppa. My ma's name was Phyllis May Crossfield. Before that, she was Phyllis May Hollick. Before that, she was Phyllis May Davison. And she was a woman with no heart, selfish, didn't care who she hurt along the way. It's that meaning my past family, myself, and the rest of the other, the younger members of the family, didn't care who she hurt. By having him in and out, this is in the early 60s, in and out, in and out. I know that's a slight exaggeration, that's the only way I can describe it. This is all before I ended up in the care system. That's what's upset my Pa's family. And also, she was a well-known racist. She didn't like one of my elders was making a fuss at me. He brought me up my first 5 years, along with Pa's family. Didn't like any of them touching me. So, in other words, the reason for that, she wanted me out of the way. And my sister, Caroline. This is before the other two came along, Jackie and Christopher. Because there was four of us in the first lot. Was it my pa and my ma? This is before they were even thought of. But after she got rid of us, she went on to have three more kids. Raymond Davison, Murray Crossfield, and Carl. He would have been a Crossfield, but I'm not 100% sure on that one. But she went on and had three. One ended up in adoption. The other ended up in adoption or whatever. Not sure what happened to him, but that's just a rough guess. She didn't care how she hurt us. As long as she was all right, she had her sweet little family. Her, Cedric Crossfield, Raymond and Murray. I don't hold it against them because it's not their fault. It's down to them two. And I wouldn't be in the crap I am now. Wouldn't be feeling absolute rubbish about myself. Been feeling like that for years. And getting constantly saying you're not going to be capable of anything. Didn't get anywhere in the usual bull crap. Sorry about my language, but I have to apologise. YouTube, it's the only way I can get it all out of my system. And I thought, yeah, it is bad news or what? I couldn't believe how they could do that. Any mother that does that to their own kids, I couldn't call her a mother. The only person who was my elder, she's the one who was more of a mother to me than my own ma ever was. She didn't even give a monkey's how I felt, what I was going through. She didn't care. She didn't care if she hurt pa's family for that matter. As long as she was all right. Sod you, Jack. Which does hurt more. I just couldn't believe how that affected me. It affected me for the rest of my life. They say that don't affect people that love that child or children for that matter. It does affect both parties, is what I see. Oh, all they say is the crap the welfare used to say back then. We're only thinking of the children. What a load of garbage. That's what I think. If they thought of the kids, they would have thought of me and Caroline staying with pa's family instead of whipping us away. We were from a loving family, traditional family, military family, good family at that. And that was taken for a heartless woman who didn't give a monkey's about us but herself. Which hurts most. That's when all my drink stuff went wrong. Then I started getting out of hand and stuff because of drink and whatnot. And I wasn't great. My mood was always bad. Always angry, but I'm still angry now. They say you mellow out as you get older, which is a load of garbage. I ain't. I haven't mellowed out as I've got older. Got more angry because I've got the old pent up anger for 57 years, which I can't get rid of because no one got down to the root of the problem. The only people who calmed me down was Pa and his family. But they couldn't. When I let off, that was it. They knew about it. Yeah, and it just wrecked me. It was hard for me to come to terms with, and it still is. In 22 years, was it passed away? That's even a hard one. When you can't say goodbye or be with them when they're ill, I just feel as though I'm one big letdown to my pa because I wasn't there when he needed me most. And that's down to me ma. And I'll give you the next chapter later. Oh, Instagram, that's a good fucker. Bullshit. Fucking bitch. Some more either later on. So in effect, my ma screwed my life up. Not past family, her and Cedric Crossfield. But she'd get the worst blasting, or might give him a big blasting as well to make it equal. And I won't give Raymond or Murray a blasting because they ain't now to do with it. It's not their doing. It's down to them two. It screwed my life up. For buzzing off every 5 minutes in the early 60s at the time, thinking, oh, it don't matter. Pa's feelings don't matter, and neither does mine, or the rest of the Pa's family, for that matter. And that includes the younger members. One particular member of the family who brought me up, she saw it all, what happened. That broke her heart. So I was going to stay with them. And we've always been close. And she found it hard, just like I did. She was looking for me. But as the years went on, like I was, no one gave us subtle information where each other was. No one would do nothing to help us to be together again. They had. I would have stayed with Pa, wherever he was. Being close together, making sure everything's all right for each other. Maybe he would be strict, but I would rather have that than people who don't really care about me, who didn't really care about me, didn't treat me as part of their own family. I felt odd, one out, and I felt different. So